Hi and welcome to Odoo website webinar. My name is Wojtek Dziwalski and I work with the customer success team here in Belgium. Today on the agenda we're going to be talking about the website application, but first we're going to be talking more about Odoo itself for those of you who have never had a first contact with our software. Then we're going to jump into the live demonstration when we're going to build the website together in the Odoo 15. Then I'm going to share some of the practical information about our software for you to understand better our ecosystem. Then we're going to briefly discuss the pricing, and then at the end of the presentation, we're also going to cover a quick Q&A session. So let's jump right into it. What is Odoo? Odoo is all-in-one management software. We make a full ERP which is beautiful and easy to use. It's simply awesome. In fact, you need only one app to start, so you don't have to think about ERP as this huge complicated system which takes a lot of time and effort to deploy. You can simply pick an app or a process in your company which you would like to improve and take it from there. So in our case, today we're going to be working with the website builder, and potentially we're also going to cover some of the apps which synergize with website builder, which are e-commerce, blogs, forum, e-learning, or live chat. Let's talk about the web design trends. Creative Brand Design, the leading London's web design agency, has highlighted those trends to come in 2022. Fun and optimism. So we want the websites to be more fun, more optimistic, have a lot of bright colors and a lot of cool pizzazz elements. Mindful web design. So the pandemic has been very difficult for us, and the web space is changing faster than ever. So we want to make sure that we are in the right mindset when we're watching those websites. That's why mindful web design means more white spaces and more time and more place to breathe for the content. Muted earth tones. The nature's best, the hues of black, brown, and green are ensuring that we're looking at something pleasant and calming. 3D design and multimedia. So in the previous years, it was not easy to include all those awesome elements to our websites because they would make them very slow to load. This is no longer the case. With the newest technologies, we can play around with the 3D design, add very cool animations and 2D effects as well. Scrolly telling. So our website is supposed to tell a story. That's why when we go from the top to bottom, by the time we reach the footer, it is supposed to tell the customer or a viewer more about our business and what we are really about. And last but not least, interactive design. So we want to give more control so the design can be as interactive for the user as they can and as they want, and they can basically choose their own design. So guess what? Our own website is just that. So let me show you. I'm just going to refresh my screen. And this is our new landing page for the website. As you can see, we have really made our homework and included all those elements that I was talking about. And the best part is that you can also do that yourself with the Odoo website. With that said, let's jump back to the presentation. All right. Odoo is up to date. So let's talk about the templates. Odoo is offering you a plethora of different templates. And those 3 templates that you see right now on the screen are just a small example of what can be done with Odoo 15. So with that said, let's jump into the demonstration proper. For you, a new adventure is about to start, and the board appointed you the CEO of your own furniture business. Congratulations. So what is your mission? Your mission is to digitalize the company. It's very important, especially now in the COVID times, to be more online and more accessible. And you're gonna do that with Odoo. Okay, so now we are reaching more interactive part of this presentation. So to take part in it, please follow this URL, which you see right now on the screen. This URL is also available in the description of the YouTube video, as well as in the chatter. If you cannot see our survey, you can also try the incognito mode, and probably this is going to help you. Oh, by the way, for that part of the presentation, we're going to be using our own survey app. And today, you are the heroes of your own history. So, with that said, let's jump into the first question. Okay, so right now, you will see the question on the screen, which you can answer for, and then we will follow your workflow in that presentation. So, what do you need to launch a business website? Right? I think this one is pretty anonymous. So, I'm going to wait a few more seconds. I see there's still more people to vote. Okay, I think until this point, I thought this was pretty conclusive, but we are still having some votes on the second option. No, I think this is pretty anonymous. So let's go. Let's jump right into it. So right now we're going to build a new business website for our business. So let's start with the Odoo website. So this is our main page, and you can click on the try it free to create a new Odoo account. Our focus is website. So I'm going to jump and select the website application. Click continue. I'm going to call it test. And just specify my company size, and the primary interest is to use it in my company. I'm going to click start now. And now in just a few seconds, our new Odoo database with the website module will be ready. As you might have noticed, it took almost no time at all compared to the previous versions of Odoo. And this is one of the amazing features of the Odoo 15. So now let's follow these steps to really give a starting foundation to our website. Let's click let's do it. So we're looking for a business website for my furniture store. And the main objective is to develop a brand. In the next step, you get to choose a pre-made color palette. As you see, these both are vibrant or morph toned, as we covered in the previous session, as we covered in the previous slides, talking more about the trends for the 2022. So I'm going to select this one, and then a few pages to start and build my website. Okay, so now you get to choose your favorite theme. As you might have already noticed, all those themes are already tailored for the furniture business, which means that our AI builder already built that website for us based on our preference, and now we simply get to start from that point. So I'm going to select this website and just wait a few seconds, and we can start working on it. Okay, so it is done. As you see, right after choosing your template, you are put directly into the editor. And for those of you who remember from the previous versions of Odoo, this page used to be blank, where you can put your own blocks and design a website. This is no longer the case, as we build the website for you, and you can simply take it from there and add some more flourish and make it yours. So first of all, let's change that picture. I'm going to begin. Sorry, I have a little problem here. Okay. Well, I'm going to begin by typing furniture. So this service is using our Unsplash connector, which is a free royalty-free image directory, which you can use for free. So I'm going to select this picture. I'm going to put a filter on it to make its best features pop up a little better. And I'm going to change the title. Now, in the previous versions of Odoo, you could only animate the whole blocks, such as this. right now, it's also possible to animate specific elements. So right now, I have selected our title of the website, Furniture of Your Dreams. And now the new block called inline text is visible here on the left. So let's add some animations. And I'm going to fade in from the left. And I'm going to change its color as well. So I can choose either of those colors, but I can choose a gradient as well. So let's select it again and add a gradient effect. Okay. Gradient is also a new feature of Odoo 15, and you can add it to write about any text in any kind of content. All right. So now, for the second part, I'm also going to animate it, and I'm going to select it again. All right, just a second. I'm going to select it again, and I'm going to also animate it to include fade in from the right. Okay, this part of the website is done. Let's move forward. So next I have this gallery of pictures. What I'm going to do is to select this whole block, and let's start with removing some of these pictures. I don't want all of them visible here. Okay, now I can also change the mode in which it is displayed. So I have option between grid, masonry, and float. I'm going to keep it with the masonry, but I'm going to change the spacing to 2 and the columns to 2. Now, I'm going to show you a new feature in Odoo 15, which is shapes. So I'm going to pick a shape. I'm going to pick a shape and apply it to the picture. Now, as you see, this is fully animated, and you can do it with right about any picture on your website. So for example, let's make this animated and move on. Okay, perfect. So next I encountered a block which don't exactly fit my need. So I'm going to simply remove it, and I'm going to replace it with another block called image text. As you can see, in default, image text also is animated, but you can change it at any time by simply switching the animation. And you can also change the shape itself by applying something even more funky. Okay. Perfect, this is done, and we have reached the footer. By the way, every single element, be it footer or header, can be also changed. And if that style still doesn't meet your expectations, you can always head to the theme, and you can switch the theme altogether, or even build your own. But by working with the Odoo editor as is, you don't have to write a single line of code, which is amazing. All right. So this concludes our presentation. I'm going to save it. Of course, there is so much more to see for Odoo website, but I recommend that you take a look yourself after this presentation and explore all of the different blocks of content that we have available. All right. So now let's go back to the second question, which is launching right now. Okay. So right now you want to sell some of your products on your website. What will be your next flagship product? A customizable desk or a Christmas lighted reindeer? Okay, we have a vote for the reindeer. Let's wait for a few more. All right. So both of those products are quite interesting to see. A customizable desk, of course, has options which you can choose and which you can select when you check out. But the Christmas lighted reindeer is not a product which we previously had in our directory. So it seems like the Christmas lighted reindeer is the winner. Okay, so let's move to the database itself. This is the backend of Odoo. This is what you see when you work with Odoo on day-to-day basis. So what we're going to do is to head to the website module and to the website itself. I already installed the e-commerce app, which is necessary to run a shop on the website. And when you have an e-commerce app installed, there will be also a new button called Shop here. So we're going to choose it. And now you see the directory of all the products that we have to offer. First of all, let us create a new product directly from the front end and call it Christmas lighted reindeer. All right. So the new product is made directly from Odoo frontend, and you can edit it right away. So first of all, let's switch its price. It's a bit too cheap. Then let's apply a picture to better reflect what we're selling. Again, I can use Unsplash to find a picture that looks good. All right. So now I have the basic product page, but let's say I want to add some more information. So I'm going to add a new block with text over here, and I can fill it with the description, the pictures, more information about this product to furtherly incentivize the customer to take a look and be interested in it. All right. So for now, let's go back to all products. Let's go back to all products so I can show you. This is our product directory, and you can further customize it by adding specific elements from the customize menu. For example, we can add to cart button. So every time someone hovers on the specific product, they can directly add it to cart. We can also add attributes and various filters to make it much more easy to navigate. And also filter by prices, which will create a slider where you can choose what is the price range of the product you're looking for. Okay, you can also add the e-commerce categories. If you have many categories in your shop, you can display them on the left. And if there is really a lot of categories, you can even customize it further, but make the whole list collapsible. Okay, perfect. So one of the important features is also to sort by the newest arrivals. Okay, perfect. So let's say that I want a 3-seat sofa. Let's add it to cart. Head to our cart and process the checkout. So right now, you see that you can pay with wire transfer. Of course, if you have a payment acquirer connected, you can also pay with PayPal, Stripe, Ingenico, and many others. So I recommend you that you explore if the acquirers that you're looking for are available in Odoo and connect them. So I'm going to pay now. Okay, and a new sales order just got generated. Now, let's switch back to the perspective of the shop owner. We're going to go back to the website. We're going to check our orders. And here I'm going to remove some of the filters to see the latest order. Okay, perfect. So there is a 3-seat sofa. And for those of you who see this for the first time, this is how the Odoo backend looks for many of the applications. On the left side, there is a content of what we're looking at, depending on the app. And on the right side, you will see what we call a chatter. So chatter is the whole history of the communication, internal and external. In this case, we see that the order got created, then someone chose a wire transfer to buy this product, and then we see more details about this order. The status of this is already on quotation sent because the client chose this product through the website, and now it's only awaiting our confirmation that we received the payment. So let's say that I spoke to this client through the chatter and I received the payment. So I'm going to say, hi, I received the payment. I'm going to send it right away. And I'm going to confirm this. Now, I'm also going to change the delivered quantity to 1. And right now the status is confirmed. So we can create the invoice. I'm going to create a regular invoice. And once everything is ready on the accounting side, I can also confirm it and send it to the client. And this is how we've made the whole sale from A to Z through our website front. Okay, so this concludes the part where we talk about adding a new product. So let's go back to the questions. Oh, I see that the composition has changed while I was preparing to show you about the right reindeer. However, we don't have time to cover all of the processes today. Or maybe I can actually show you. So let's talk about the customizable desk. So let's jump back to the website. And let's go to the shop. And customizable desk is visible here. So first of all, let's click edit. As you see, this product is significantly bigger than the other products. So what we can do is also choose how big our products are displayed on the list. Right now it's taking 4 blocks, but I can change it to 1 block. And then it will look like all the other products. So let's switch it back. One of the important highlighting features is also that we can add what we call ribbons. So you can add a ribbon to further highlight the product that you would like the clients to see, and maybe this is something like a flash sale. Maybe the product is almost sold out or is just out of stock, so you have to notify the client before they attempt to make a purchase. So let's mark it as sale, and save, and see, just as that, the change is made. There's no need to involve developer, there's no need to involve technical team. You can make all these changes by yourself. Let's use this new shopping cart button. And as you see, the customizable desk has some options which were not visible before. So this desk is available in 2 options for different kinds of legs. One are steel, one are aluminum. And there's also a custom option. So we're going to just keep it at steel, but we're going to change the color to black. And now, these are accessory products, the other products that we feel are fitting with the sale of this product. So in this case, it's a conference chair. So we're also going to add a few conference chairs and a warranty of 2 years. I'm going to process the checkout. Okay, perfect. So I can review my order, process it, and let's say that this time my billing and shipping are not the same. So I can switch the billing address, and let's say that this is the same address, but this time in Nevada. So I'm going to save it, and all of this information is going to be saved for the sale. I'm going to pay, and just like that, we have another sales order. Okay, so I already shown you how to process the sales order, so I'm going to skip right to the next question. But I hope this was educational. Okay, so the next question on our list is, now you want to add more features to your website. So what do you want to add? And we have an option, a blog, an events section, and an e-learning platform. I'm quite interested to see how this is going to go. All right, so we have 3 votes on the events section and 1 on the blog, and currently 0 on the e-learning platform. But we're going to see. Please remember that this is a furniture business, so it might be interesting to actually see some content. Okay, this is, I had a plan to move on, but it seems like the situation is changing every second, so I'm going to wait a few seconds, and let's say we're going to wait until 25 people vote, and then we're going to move on. So just a few votes. All right, 5 more, 4 more. It seems like events section is very interesting for you guys to see. Okay. This fight is quite entertaining to watch, to be honest. Okay. So we don't have a conclusive winner, but whoever is going to be in the next second, wow, this, okay. All right, I see. So it's a blog. Okay, so let's run back to the website. I think this is a very good example because when we run a furniture business, making content for the others to see is a very good way to build your brand and the community, and also highlight your business as more than just a faceless store. So let's go to the website again. So for that, we need the Blogs app, which is also already installed. So what I'm going to do is click on the new button, new blog post. I'm going to select the category. In this case, it's going to be news, but it can be anything. And we are taken right into creating the new blog post. So first of all, this title doesn't fit. So let's go with furniture trends in 2022. B will surprise you. I understand that this title and subtitle is a little bit clickbaity, but you don't have to follow my my example here. Okay, so let's change the picture as well. We want this to be very pleasing to look at. So let's see what we have here. I very much like this picture. It's very pleasing. Okay, so I'm going to save. Click edit again. And now we can start writing content. One of the new features in Odoo 15 is the / command, which you can just simply click and choose one of the base blocks to build your content. This way you have also more control over how the content is displayed for the browsers, which is very important to highlight your content for the future viewers. So let's start with heading. I'm going to say hello. Then in the second section, I'm going to have a bulleted list where I have item 1, 2, and 3. And in the third one, let's say that this is just simply a text. Hello world. Okay. Now, one of the cool features is that we have a full control over how the text is formatted. And we can also choose gradients, for example, the gradient I used before, or even more funky one, to highlight our content, which is extremely nice when you want to create engaging content which transforms. You can also select any of the blocks for the website in your blog post, so you can make animations, you can create shapes, you can make awesome gradients, you can make transitions. It's probably not something that will work for every blog post, but this is something possible for you to take into consideration and apply your creativity. Okay, so basically let's save this. This is our basic blog post. So our job is not yet done. First, we have to make sure that this website is optimized. So as you see here, this is the preview of how your website is going to be displayed in the search engine, as well as in the social preview when you share it on Facebook or LinkedIn or any other social media. So for example, you see that your description looks too short. And this is a hint to make sure that this description is more SEO compliant. So this will surprise you. You won't believe what 2022 has in store. All right, so I have reached the minimum amount of characters to make this display more efficiently in the search engines. And now I can also optimize other things, such as the URL of this article. And I can also check for the specific keywords. For example, one of the most important keywords for me as the owner of the furniture store is, of course, furniture. I'm going to add this keyword. And as you see, this keyword is used in the title of the page as well as the content. Therefore, it's good to keep it. You also have a recommendation of other related keywords which might be useful to add. But now let's add another one. Furnitures. Now let's use the plural form. And as you see, furnitures is not used in content. Therefore, it doesn't make for a good keyword. This way, you can look at your article after you write it, put some important keywords, and then go back and optimize it to make it perform the best. This is a very powerful feature And sadly, it will have to be used every single time you make a new content, but it is, I assure you that it is worth your effort, because you will be able to generate more organic growth, and more people will be able to find your content, find it interesting, and then through that find your offer. So the last thing before we go is to publish the blog post. Before that, all the changes that we've made were just simply for us, so we can play around, and we don't have to worry that anyone is going to see it. Okay, so this is it. Now I'm going to go to the news where I placed my article, and as you see, this is the view of the article. Currently, I have only one, but in the future, this will hopefully make for a very popular blog about furniture. Okay, so this concludes the blog. And let's go back to the questions and go for the next one. Okay, so now you have a super optimized website, and congratulations for that. But what happens now? All right, so as John McClane would say in Die Hard EPKA, or your visitors have a hard time contacting you. I can't say that I didn't expect that to happen, but this is so far only one person, so maybe we'll see someone who's actually concerned about the website not being optimized for contact. Okay, perfect. My faith in humanity is restored. Okay, great. It seems like this is not going to change now, so let's go and show you a brand new feature. So for anyone going on our website, it must be easy to contact us about any offer, whether it's something relating to a problem in our store, or just simple request or a question of a technical nature. We have to be accessible for our customer. We have to be next to them. So for that, we have the contact form, which is connected to our CRM application. Why is this important? It's because this is a potentially new lead for us. So this is something for our sales team to work on and determine whether it's a big request or just a technical question. So this will come from a person called Tanya, who has a mysterious number. And Tanya has a very important question. Tanya would like to order 5 large conference tables and possibly look into some more products which work with it. Hello, I would like a quote for 5 large tables. Thanks. And for the subject, I'm going to say tables needed ASAP. Okay. So now the customer contacted us, and let's jump into the perspective of the store owner. What happened right now is that we have a new lead. So just to explain the CRM very briefly, this is our CRM, or customer relationship management tool, where we can follow the process of going from the first contact to the sale, and this is the primary tool for our sales team to work with. So our contact form is directly connected with through the email address with the CRM. So every single time a new request comes, it lands as a new lead for the sales team to discover. So right now you see that the tables are needed ASAP. This is our new lead. And this is in the first column called new because it's not yet qualified. We don't understand what is the business value of that contact. So let's see here. There's not much to know about it yet, other than the request that Tanya would like 5 large tables. So first of all, we don't really know much about Tanya. So let's click the enrich button. And right now, Odoo is going to check for more information. As we see, Tanya is working in the company called Real Names, and there's a bunch of different information you can learn about them. And this might help you in the first contact. It might help you to understand a little bit better the business you're dealing with. So we got this request, and first of all, let us send Tanya a message. I'm going to save it as a contact, and I say, hi, thanks. Can we have a quick call today? And right after that, I'm going to schedule myself an activity. This activity is going to be called call, and I'm going to open myself a calendar. And this takes me to the calendar app in Odoo, where I can select a time slot which works for me and create a meeting. This is automatically sent to Tanya for her to accept. And when I go back to the request, and by the way, I just clicked what we call breadcrumbs. You can always go back to multiple steps of how you got to a certain view without having to feel confused about it. So I just clicked one back because I wanted to see this request. And as you see, we have a new activity called, it's a call, which I can also reschedule, and it's called Tables Need ASAP. Okay, so this I also have more information about this one because Tanya already said that she needs 5 large tables. So what we can do is, first of all, let's move it to the qualified section, because now I understand that there is a possible sale for me here. I'm going to create a new quotation. I'm going to add a product, just simply typing some first words of it, and we see the large meeting table. I'm going to add 5 of it. And I feel like it might make sense to also add some chairs. So I'm going to add chairs, conference chair. And as you see, chair is a customizable product. So we can also change these options right away. For 5 tables, I think I can safely assume 10 chairs. So let's add 10 chairs. And we also offer warranty. So I'm going to select a 2-year warranty for those tables and chairs. Okay, so I can save. And right now I have a new sales order, which is not yet sent. This is still in the first step, which is called quotation. So after I send it to Tanya, I can just simply send it by email by clicking send by email button and send it right here. Let's say that we already had a call. We confirmed that this is needed. So perfect. I'm going to send her the quotation. And now the status automatically changed to quotation sent. As you might have remembered before, when someone made a purchase on the store, it was in default like this. But in this case, we want a full control over our quotation as we are making it manually. Let's say that the Tanya checked this quotation. It looks good to her. So she has made a wire transfer to pay for it. I just received it. I'm very happy about it. So I'm going to click confirm. And by the way, guys, I'm a salesperson, and this is my favorite part of work, when I get to click confirm and see the things happen. So now we have the sales order, and right away we can also create the invoice. And for example, we see now, and it's very important, that there is nothing to invoice, because every product is also has to be delivered. So I'm going to change those values to 5, 10, and 1 warranty. And now I'm going to create an invoice, and everything worked like a charm. Now we have a draft of invoice. We can simply confirm it. And as I showed you before, this is pretty much a very similar process to how it worked with the online store. Okay, as for the CRM itself, there is also something I wanted to show. There's a plethora of different things you can do with the CRM. You can switch the stages of specific leads directly from the lead view, but you can also just drag and drop to change the different stages. You can use the filters on the top to, for example, show only my pipeline, or show only leads which are yet unassigned and are pending assignation. You can see which deals were closed in what period, and you can also use the custom filters to view this very long and interesting list of possible filters. But this is just a glimpse of what you can do with the Odoo CRM, and in fact every other app, because filters is something that we include in every app in Odoo, and I recommend for you to discover it by yourself whenever you get to the point of taking a look at the CRM. Okay, so we just made a sale, and let's go back to the questions. Okay, so the next question is, to ease the management of all of your website, visitors really need a support forum, a live chat tool, or an appointment section. So guys, right now it's time to vote very quickly. So I can see which feature is most interesting to see. So we have a vote for an appointment section and a live chat tool. Live chat is a very interesting addition. In the previous years, live chat has gone a long way to make it to our websites. Now it's very nice to be able to connect directly with someone from the company in real time and speak to the rep. It's much more dynamic than simply sending an email and maybe waiting a few days for it. So we have a bunch of different votes from the live chat tool, and it seems like nobody is interested in the support forum, which is also an interesting way to build your community by highlighting all of the issues that are usually appearing, and making sure that those issues are highlighted and are discoverable by the people who might have that same problem in the future. Okay, I see that the live chat tool is still very interesting. So, okay, live chat 1. Let's take a look. So I'm still in the CRM. I'm going to click this button here, which is always taking me back to the Odoo dashboard. And live chat tool is supposed to be enclosed on our website as a little widget. For that, we have a live chat application, which again, I already installed. But when you make your own Odoo trial, you can simply go to the apps, search live chat, and install it yourself. It takes maybe a few seconds. Okay, so now we have one channel called yourwebsite.com. So I'm going to click it first and show you a bit more about the website, website live chat. So here are the operators. When there's someone connected as an operator, it will be displayed here. In the options, you can customize the entire widget of your live chat to your liking and to match the brand of your website. Channel rules, it's this one is a bit more for developers, so I will skip it for now, but if you're interested in this, we also have very extensive documentation when you can learn all the details about every single app in Odoo. And for the widget itself, here is the tab with a little explanation how to enclose the widget on your website. Maybe you have an external website. Maybe for some reason you don't build your website with Odoo, but this is fine because live chat is still usable. So I'm going to click the join channel. And now you see that I am the operator. I am currently operating the live chat in my company. And to engage with it, I will go to the app called Discuss. So Discuss is the app which we're using for communication, general communication, and it is also used to operate the live chat. Okay, so now I'm going to exit full screen a little bit because I need to show you how it looks to engage with the live chat from the client perspective. And for that, I will open myself in incognito mode. And here, as you see, because we have an active operator, the live chat widget appears on the bottom right side. So I can just click it and say, hello, I have a question. Okay, so now I'm just a visitor with a question. And if we go back here, we have a new live chat session with just that conversation. So I can say, hello, how can I help you? And then I'm going to switch back and forth a few times, but you can imagine what will happen over the course of this conversation. Maybe someone just had a quick question and they will appreciate the opportunity to speak almost face to face we're still in pandemic, so this is pretty much an equivalent, but most importantly in real time. So let's say that my question is answered. As a visitor, I'm just going to close this, and I was very satisfied with this timely response. So I'm going to say that it was a good interaction and close this conversation. Now, on the operator side, we see that we have received a rating. Everything is just fine. So now back in the live chat application, we see that 90% of our visitors are happy. And if I click on the sessions, we see that our last session is also displayed here. There's way more to discover for the live chat. You can also create many different channels. But again, this is something for you to discover. I gave you the foundation, so now go and try it yourself. Okay, let's jump back to the question. All right, so basically this is it. Let us go back to the presentation. So now let's talk about more practical information, which might be important for you, especially if you have never had chance to work with Odoo. So keep in mind that what I'm showing you is literally a tip of the iceberg. There is so way more to discover, and we have a plethora of different apps for you to see. I believe that we have built a unique product. It is very easy to deploy, and it's integrated, intuitive, and scalable. You can start with as little as one application, and by the end of it, you can have all the processes in your company with Odoo. We have 2 editions. So as some of you might know, our roots in Odoo are within the open source. And today, this version of Odoo is known as Odoo Community, and it's available for free for everybody. And we also have Odoo Enterprise, which we actively develop, and we work for more complicated projects. There are certain apps which are available in Odoo Enterprise, but are not available in Odoo Community. So, as you see, in Odoo Enterprise, we offer support, upgrades to the new version, which happens every year, and also we offer you our hosting. So, at the core, we have a community edition, which has basic functionalities and the framework to get you started. And then in the enterprise edition, we augment it by adding extra functionalities, a live support, upgrades to the next versions, and the set before I mentioned hosting. And other than that, we also have the custom development through the third-party app store. So we have community creating those apps which you can install. Some of them will cost you, but this is something to make sure that every single process that you might think of is already covered or maybe was encountered before. As for the implementation, we offer it twofold. So one of them is what we call the quick start methodology. This is our standard approach, and we want to deploy on what we call SaaS, or Odoo SH, which is our cloud hosting. These are very fitting for small and medium enterprise, and this is something that you will probably start working with when you start working with Odoo. And then on the other hand, we have Odoo partners, which are the third parties who are going to help you in the implementation. Those are the professionals who are tackling important and difficult problems and customizing the Odoo experience to your need. This ensures local presence. We have many partners all around the world, and you can also find those partners. You can find those partners on our website to see who is available in your area. Those Odoo implementations can be done either on cloud or on premise if it's absolutely necessary, and those indicate more specific approach. So as for the apps, this is the spectrum of apps that we offer, and some of these apps are only available in the enterprise. However, it is not unheard of that users are outgrowing Odoo Community and moving to the Odoo Enterprise. So you can choose whichever version is working best for you. Although I think that Odoo Enterprise is giving you more assurance, and it's giving you a live support, which is extremely important in your first steps. Okay, now let's talk about pricing. So as for the pricing, we defaulted to €18 per user per month, and this means that a single user can use many applications. And then applications range from between 8 and 48 euros per month. And as for the hosting, we have three different options. One is the cloud hosting, which is our default standard approach hosting. Odoo SH, which allows you to access more of Odoo and make some changes. This is especially good if you're working with the local partner. And on-premise solution, which is basically external server where you're going to host Odoo by yourself. And the cloud hosting and on-premise solutions don't have any extra cost, but because our Odoo SH is more dedicated, it will really depend on what you need, but we can offer it in-house. As for the implementation, you can do it either self-service or you can do it with local partner. If you do it as a self-service, you can also take advantage of what we call success packs. So you can talk directly to our professionals from Odoo, our employees, and make sure that you work this implementation together. Okay, and as for the pricing, I'm going to jump into the pricing page. So this is available on our main Odoo website. You can reach it if you go to odoo.com. And here you have a pricing configurator, where you can specify the amount of users you would like to start with and the applications you're interested in. For example, as you see, when I click the purchase, it also clicks the invoicing. So rest assured, if there are any dependencies and some app requires other app to function properly, you will also see it here. We want to be very transparent about this. And then on the right side, you will be able to see more about the total cost and switch between annual or monthly cadence. So please note that regardless of that, you can always start a free trial. It's a 15-day free trial, which you can activate today the same way as I was creating when I was showing you the first example. And when you're ready, you can start working with Odoo from as little as one application. Okay. Let's go back here. And right now, it's time for our Q&A session. So I'm just going to grab something to drink, and I'm going to be back here in just a few seconds. Okay. Perfect. I'm back here. I'm just going to check the conversations. Okay, there's a lot to read, so let me scroll back and check what we have been seeing. Okay, so I see that some of the questions were already answered. So let me just check some of them. The AI builder already created a template homepage for you. Is it only possible for the first time creating a website? We can't figure out on how to do this on the existing website. This is a question from Bart. This is actually something I will have to check for you. So if you can, on the end of this presentation, I will also share my my email address. You can write to me directly, and we will figure it out together. How to create a new page on how to create a modify a menu. So as I shown you at the beginning, you can create a new page by clicking new page, or you can modify a menu by simply clicking on it. Then you will see the blue outline indicating that you're currently editing this specific block, and you can simply make your changes. This is what you see is what you get kind of experience. So rest assured, you will not have to code anything. Okay, is there a way to import a full product list to Odoo instead of creating products individually? Of course, it is possible to simply import all your products. All you have to do is to go, for example, to the CRM or to the sales application, and then in the product list, you will be able to import them. Okay. And as for the other questions, let me just check. is there a difference in the website builder between enterprise and community version? So this is a very good question. Enterprise edition of Odoo is something that we develop independently of the community version. So rest assured, you can try it yourself. You can make website implementations in both of those. You will see absolutely different menus, and not all of the features such as shapes and animations for specific blogs, gradients will be available everywhere. But rest assured, you can still build a very compelling website. How do I vote? Okay, I think we solved that one over the course of the presentation. Okay, I see some of questions which are not exactly about the website. Guys, please, if you have questions about any module in Odoo, please feel free to contact either myself or our support. They will be happy to direct you if you're interested in testing specific feature. They will be able to direct you to a specific person from a specific team at Odoo, and they will elaborate further. How do I know sales orders made if payment was done on website? Okay, this is a very interesting question from Jacqueline. As for the sales orders, depending on what kind of payment acquirers you have selected, for example, if you have connected PayPal or Stripe to your website, all of the sales orders will be actually automatic because the payment will be validated and it will jump right into the confirmed order, or you can have a bit more control by keeping it on the quotation sent and then clicking the confirm order yourself. It is also important if you don't exactly keep, if you don't use, for example, the inventory application in Odoo to understand your stock perfectly. So just to make sure that you're not selling something that you don't have in stock, you can make sure to check that first and then click it. But if you connect a payment acquirer, it is possible. In the examples that I was showing, it was mostly manual because one of the only payment method selectable was the wire transfer, which obviously means that there's a money coming to our bank account, and then we have to book it and we have to confirm it. Okay. Okay, I believe this is it. Guys, if you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to me. So let me just go back here. So this is my email address and my phone number. Please use it responsibly. If you have any more questions about anything that we have been talking about today or just generally about Odoo, I will be very happy to answer. So thank you so much. I hope you will have a blast trying Odoo, and wherever you are in the world,